Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be walking you through how to configure a site-to-site VPN tunnel between two Cisco routers. So let me give you a quick rundown of what we need to look out for when we're configuring site-to-site VPN tunnels. Alrighty, so I'll put a little checklist here. You can take a look at it. Here's everything we're going to be doing. I already added the license to these two devices. So we're going to pretty much walk through steps 2 through 6. Now, let me show you our topology we're going to be working with. Alrighty, so topology is only 2 Cisco routers and 2 laptops. And you can see here, I put a little line between for the VPN tunnel. So our traffic is going to be going in between that VPN tunnel. So let's jump into the lab. Alrighty guys, let's get started configuring on the Dallas side. And after we run through all the configurations on the Dallas side, what I'm going to do on the Houston side is what I actually do in real life when I'm actually configuring the site-to-site VPN tunnels. So let me just walk you through it on the Dallas side first. So let's get started. So the first thing we want to do is create our ISACAMP policy. So let's configure that first. Alrighty, let's set our encryption. Let's do 256. And let's do our hash. Let's just do MD5. And now we need to set our authentication, and we're going to do a pre-share key. And now our group we're going to use is 2. Alrighty, so let's jump into setting the key and also mapping the remote host. So let's do that. All right, so let me do a quick walk down on what I just did. So basically, right here, I'm setting the ISACAMP key, saying, hey, here's the security key we're going to use, Cisco 123. And I'm saying that the address on the remote side is this IP address right here. So that's it for the ISACAMP policies. So now let's jump into configuring our transform set. So let's do that. And now we need to name our transfer set. So I'm going to just name it Site-to-Site VPN. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to use, let's see what we can use. ESP dash and ESP SHA. Alrighty, that should be good for that. So now let's go and create our, I'm looking at my list. Let's create our crypto map. So let me walk you through that. Crypto map. And we have to name it. So site-to-site. IPsec. Oh, I forgot I gotta put a sequence number. And now I can do IPsec. Alright, so now we want to set our peer. And we're going to point it to that remote host at 1.1.1.2. And we also want to set our transform set, which is what we just created above. And that's going to be site-to-site VPN. And we also need to match a access list. We haven't created that yet, but let's just say match address 100. So we have to make sure we name our address, our access list 100. All right, so now let's exit out of here. And now let's configure our access list. So access list 100, permit 192.168.100.0, and you have to do the wildcard bit. So that's going to be 0.0.0.255. And we go into the opposite side. That host has the 200 network, so it's going to be 192.168.200.0, wildcard bit as well, 0.0.0.255. And I did something wrong. Let's see what I did. Access list 100, permit. Oh, I see what I did. Permit, we need to do IP. All right, there you go. So now we have everything done. So now we need to go add our crypto map to our outside interface, which is G01. So let's go into the interface. The crypto map. And I think our crypto map was named Site-2-Site. Alrighty. So now that's it for this router. Let's just look at our configs right quick. So we have ICCNP policies. We have all of this here. That looks good. Let's look at our interface to make sure our crypto map is on it. And it is right here. So that's it for this side. And now let me show you how I actually do it in real life when I'm actually building out VPN tunnels. I don't normally type all this out. I have a template, so let me show you how I do my template. All right, guys, let me show you how I actually do it when I'm building out real VPN tunnels. So I normally build out my configs in a notepad, and then I can test them. Then I'll basically dump them into the router. So here you can see I have my configs here. Now I already made necessary edits. So I changed the access list, I changed the set peer, and I also changed the address underneath this line here. So now let me just dump this in the router. All right, bam, done. Now let me verify my configs. All right, everything looked good. From here, we can actually pull up that other router and compare them to make sure it's not the same. So let's pull up Dallas and let's just compare them. So let me scroll up a little bit. So as you can see here, the configs are the same, but obviously I have my parameters different as far as IP addresses goes. You can see here and here, they're set to the opposite side, but I'm using the same exact config. Crypto map is on the outside interface. Let's see, same on this side. So the tunnel should be up once we initiate some traffic. So let's jump into that part now. All right, guys. So now let's send a couple of pings across from each network, and let's see if we can reach. Should be able to reach. So we can. from that side. Let's try from this side as well. All right, so now we know that we can reach each PC from both routers. So now let's go verify that our traffic is actually getting encrypted across our VPN tunnel. So let's jump into that part. Alrighty. So now we have a couple of commands we can use. I didn't put them in my notes, but we can do show crypto ICCNP. That's one of the first one, SAs, just to make sure our tunnel is up, and it should tell us. So you can see here the destination IP is 1.1.2 and the source IP is 1.1.1. Tunnel is idle, and also the status is active. So let's verify on this side as well. All right, so you can see here we have the opposite parameters, obviously. So tunnel is active. So now let's see if we had any traffic that went across this tunnel and if the packets were encrypted. So we can run a similar command, but we want to look at the IPsec SAs. So it's going to be show crypto IPsec SAs. So let me just run it down and go back up. So we can see so far we have had 11 packets encrypted, and we also had 11 packets decrypted that went across the VPN tunnel. And you can see our local endpoint right here was 1.1.1 and the remote side is 1.1.2. And what else? Oh, let me show you this command. So show crypto map. It'll tell us where our crypto map is configured. So you can see our crypto map. The name is Site-2-Site. Sequence number is 10, and the peer, which would be Houston side, is 1.1.2. And you can see here's the access list that we're using to permit this traffic. So, and is also tied to G01. So that's something good that you can look out for and verify that your crypto map is actually applied to your interface, even though you can see it when you do your show run. But this is another way to see what the crypto map is actually using and what interface it's on. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. If you like it, click the like button, click subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.